Good morning again and welcome. I heard you had a great session last week, yeah? Awesome. The man must take more of the feelings they can't work. Alright, so our topic, conflict resolution. And that was the topic we were just on now, right? Yes. So we all understand what conflict is. We understand the term, we know what it means. For sure. Tell me what it means now.
It's disagreement.
No, you're happy.
No, that's what I was gonna say. It's a disagreement between two parties.
Two or more.
Yeah, two or more parties.
Yes,
as well as you can have internal conflict.
We are gonna go through all of them too. So, like you rightfully said, two or more individuals. They can have a conflict over incompatible needs, interests, or goals. I remember we went through values and attitudes and we spoke about goals and people having different ideas of what their values are as opposed to what my value is. So sometimes we have values with our children, what they believe versus what we expect of them, with our partner. And we go back to socialization. Remember the word there? Remember what I mean? Socialization.
It's a process by which we acquire knowledge.
Yes.
It's a process by which we learn who we are, what we are.
Yes, basically how we were brought up. So everything goes back into socialization, and we had actually established that it really goes that way. So sometimes you have your partner based on how they were brought up as opposed to how you were brought up. You have two different ideas about raising children, and that is why communication is very important. And a conflict can stay right there. Sometimes you're not even aware that there's a conflict. As remember, we say you have conflict within self, right? And when you have the conflict within self, it actually affects the relationship that you have going on around you. We explore that some more. All right. So the goal of conflict is not really to decide who is right or who is wrong, but to actually find a solution that both parties are able to live with. So you're both okay with it. Sometimes you have to agree to disagree now, without fairness. Sometimes they can't really fight me or force me to change my belief or to throw away my values. Because our values, it all means we have different meanings. We have different reasons as to why we hold on to things. But once it's not affecting you negatively or affecting the children negatively, sometimes you have to just allow the person to be. Now, listen to these situations, and I want you to really and truly put yourself in the frame of mind and talk to me. So your partner is helping with homework, and you're talking to a friend loudly on the phone. He or she asks you to be quiet. What might happen next? Yeah, of course, that's true. I will not tell you to tap nice, but when you go somewhere else.
Or that could be the opposite. I could just say sorry, this is I was disturbing him and move away from here because I know he's helping out the situation and favors me.
Right. Anybody else have a different opinion? And it don't matter how the person said it to be quiet. We are Jamaican, and we have to tap in and move and this and we can't chat so. So what would you do? Down the back, talk to me. Need for five? Maybe then I probably say. What you say?
Basically, worship peaceful. Where's the phone when you never move because my head to pick them up afterwards?
Oh, so it really depends on how it was said.
How it was said, the tone.
Like that. like where that is going. It really depends on how it was said. So somehow we based on how it was said, we react negatively, I will not move while another person would have moved, but you know, so later on it not go done. All right. Next scenario. Someone bumps into you by accident and did not stop to say sorry. You call out to him or her and you were waved off. What might happen next?
Conflict start.
Definitely a
Conflict
conflict.
start.
For me, that is definitely a conflict.
But
And it might not. Go ahead, sir.
you can't ignore it, you know.
Yes.
You can't ignore it. I just do.
No, but no.
You don't ignore it.
Even if I- but
That's
even
what the bump to the yeah, say. You say you see a bump to them.
but even if I ignore it, you know, I'm still conflicted about the behavior. I am still conflicted about the behavior and I still feel offended personally because it would have affected me in some way. So, yeah, you might not feel it outwardly, but some way or another it does affect you. So there's a conflict.
Exactly.
That can't help it.
But I am going to say something. And then if the person perceives like that, I'm not going to stoop to their level. I am just going to say, you know what? Avoidance.
I like that one down the back, the generation here. You see, sometimes how I look at it, because for me, if I say, you just bump into me, and the person wave me up, me know definitely say me not to go down that road there. To me, in my mind, that's illiteracy right there. And if I prolong or instigate something, me have to make up my mind to something I go down. Because that alone tells me that individual is not somebody that I can have a conversation with.
Exactly.
You understand? So sometimes they say use sleep market. Sometimes those little things tells you your arm not broke. You know, you just say yourself, so my God, I don't know what kind of people in my world now. And you use it as a lesson for your children. You share it. So sometimes you don't even bother people for long, even though you have to have the conflict with yourself because you have to one day to share the thing was stone or you know, conflict you go on with yourself. But you just move on. Because when you weigh the pros and the cons, it's really better you move on than to prolong the argument. We'll soon go into the cost of conflict. All right. Your child came home and told you that a teacher did not mark his or her book and put him or her at the back of the class while she marks the other student's book. What would you do?
The teacher.
What if you don't have the teacher number?
Let's go to the school. Private school.
I just need to know what happened. I am not going to say, okay, take the child word as gospel or anything like that. I seek information. And in seeking that information, if I don't have the number, I'm going to the school.
Okay.
Where's the family and family work? I mean, I go to school and every evening she come home. She always tell me that teacher, always a pick on her. We get her lunch time. One day we said, "Don't take it no more." Because she said, when she come home and she cries, she moving, she don't even know lunch. Yes, I get the brain off. Right, yes, I get the brain off. I look at the sick and the and it's really good for the brain off. So I'm not going to next one. When Mary just on that picture. That is the problem. That's why sometimes, yeah. But sometimes you eat by your brain, by your hand, sometimes you have to calm down.
Sometimes anybody else have any question? Who does that school go to the teacher? Why I love my parents, they want me out. Yes, I love you guys for that. But how much of us actually can acknowledge that yes, our children are at times unruly? Some of us we don't see it that way. Yes, some of us don't see it that way. Once the child comes home and the child makes a complaint, parents they have to look at teacher to get looking at face or something go down. Yes. So that's why I say I'm very pleased. What you no, that's not a good first thing to ask.
No. After she talked or whatever, I said.
Oh, after?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, what did you do? I need to hear it from you. And make sure that when I go to school, everything that I hear, you have already told me, and it doesn't come as a surprise.
Yes.
Because if a surprise is here, there's my head of a chip. But tell me everything because I need to be in the know in order to tell me that idiot. No matter how bad it is.
Exactly.
Let me be in the know.
And that's how it should be. But don't ever, when the child comes home to make a complaint, say what you do. Like, give the child a chance to explain themselves first. You know, someone will have to come in and say, teacher, lick me, no, mommy, how you do?
You know, your child, I know.
It's like, all when you know, so the child, probably after the child fall, not just show it on them because you shut them up sometimes like that, you know. At the moment, me tell us how you do. I blame me, start blaming already in the child. You know, say I have to see your fault. Sometimes it's not their fault. You're always innocent until proven guilty. So you always give them the benefit of a doubt.
Ask them what happened.
Ask them what happened. That's how you do. Just let them give you the whole story. And if you want to know, if you go to ask them, you see them something 3 and 4 different ways. And find out if the answer change or if it twist or yes, man. They can know me tell like no. The story change up. We talk a couple hours and call me back and ask me, when you say teacher this do again? Come tell Daddy, because me I try to tell him I'm in there, you know, remember what you say. And when he start talking, you find out say story change. I have some other name that he tell me say. Remember so you tell me so and so, you see them I try to patch you know say something wrong. So that is what we have to be smart about it. So even though we know there's a high chance that it might be the child at fault, we still don't cast the blame. We ask questions. And you help them to understand where they go wrong. That is how you get the change. Because when you just blame them, they don't know what you're talking. Them just going to see you as miserable no one know why you with them as well. But when you get them to understand what if that was you? You are the teacher and the child is doing this. How would you feel? What would you do? And you get them to think and see how their behavior is affecting others. That is how you get the change. All right. Common causes of conflict. I had some up there. I want you to think back at conflicts that happened at home, conflicts within your family, could be between you and your partner, you and your children, and tell me, give me some causes of conflict that I don't have up there.
For me, I would say cultural differences. Because I had a Canadian girlfriend and I accidentally stepped on her toe. And she said, "You stepped on my toe." And I said, "Oh," and she was offended.
Because
she thought I was telling her to shut up. So she thinks to come to my face, so you said, "Shut up." I said, "No, I am saying sorry." And that is when we realized that there was a cultural difference where that is concerned.
Yes. And I had a similar experience, but the person was American. I said, hush to the person. Yes. They were saying something, you know, they were going through something, and I said, hush, and the person thought I was telling them to shut up. And they're like, imagine they say, I come to them and tell about the problem, I tell them to shut up. But they tell me they never want to hear, and I'm saying, no, I'm sympathizing, I'm telling you, you know, like I'm sorry to hear that or whatever. So, culture, yes. What else? Talk to me about that one. Yeah.
You know, the time they know.
They know the next time they must go sleep somewhere.
I get
Yes. Yes, man. All I service they lock up, you know. Long color shirt.
Religious difference as well.
Yes, that's a big one. Talk to me about that one day.
You're unequally yoked.
Yeah. You can't use what I said there. So talk to me about the religious one now.
Basically, you might have partners. They believe in God, but they believe the interpretation of the Bible in a different way. Right? And it can cause a conflict. It shouldn't be a conflict whereby it causes a separation.
It can cause it too.
But it can cause it.
Yes.
Right? But I would blame both of them because from the very time when they meet and courting, all that should take into consideration. Right? So it shouldn't spill over in the marriage.
So what if true me want husband me did start come a year church? And when you're married to me now, we decide to, well, we don't need married.
No,
Start buying party be a church just to work up for me.
No, but you start mess up yourself. You start mess up yourself if you do that. It should be an agreement. It should be an agreement before that. Look, I believe in the Bible this way, and I respect how you believe. So if the relationship is to work, I have to respect what you believe and you respect what I believe.
Exactly. Just like I said, sometimes in conflict we have to agree to disagree. Not all the time you're going to get things your way. Sometimes you have to just say, this is what the individual likes. It's not affecting you, it's not affecting the children. Let the person be. Because some of us are unfair. We want the person to come to our religion, but we not going to be loose. Because we have 1,000 reasons why we not be over this, but then we have no reason why they not be over here. You understand? So we have to be mindful. All right. Lack of trust and lack of respect and misunderstanding are three major causes. Most times people say things or we say something to our child or our children and we are not clear. Them are wonder and figure out how we did that tell them say. What mommy did mean, what daddy did mean. Remember the words them but me not to understand what them did mean. So it misunderstanding. So when we are give instructions or we make a statement, we have to be clear, very precise and exactly what we're saying. So it is understood. Lack of respect. Some of we as parents, we don't think that as parents we should respect our children. Over here for your picnic where you know. No. They are not to be in certain conversations, don't get me wrong. Because they know so when certain conversations are going and they might come over after something they lie alone, I'll make them move up. But when you're having family conversations, them I say the topic can't too sensitive because they're exposed to a whole heap out there. So you have to give them a chance to speak so that you know what they're thinking and what they already know or what they're exposed to. But you might be shielding them in the home, But when them go out there, they might hear all kind of music in the bus, they might have all kind of discussions with friends, them hide and watch all kind of video with each other because imagine say me see one little porn and I say that Almighty, then I saw it just me I could have got all hands and feet so then I be careful show my friend and I say girl then girl, then they know say one hand can't fit this up. Hold yeah. Not that I am saying to my friend, you need to go and try this, But to me, Frank, when you go up on it, and me and my friend will share every little thing, then we not okay a video call share too. Just like when we get certain video call with phone, we forward it to people that we're closest to. Because whether it's funny or something will surprise you. Because you have to grab them this really a go and me have to share this. Oh my God, this funny, me have to share it. Same thing with them, you know, them are human beings too. So they are exposed. So if you don't make them tell you for something, when they are sick. And sometimes through these family conversations, you get to understand what your children will be exposed to because they're comfortable now and can tell you when their friend did show them. And you pick and find little things. So that will minimize conflict because they gain trust there and get to respect each other. And we can say certain things to them without them being offended. But if we don't have that relationship, we're gonna always have conflict because certain things they won't feel say you're not to say. Never forget that.
Sorry, excuse me.
Go ahead.
When I was small, I always hear people, elder people, here say, I feel they're big. I don't actually hear one thing that one of the
When I see their job.
sometimes, Mama, we have baby in the house at the same time, so just can't show.
Yeah, I hear
When if you're educated, you know, and then you run up, you know, when you have grow up and you start hosting for rest and stuff for you know, I'm with a man, what happened when they happen at the time. And when you come now and things start happening now, you start understanding and say, oh, what are these? Mama used to hide from me, that used to hide from me.
I want to see all the belly, I have a baby, I got a baby,
Exactly. You understand?
That is true. So all of them something they call conflict. And like she had said, sometimes the conflict don't bleed on the outside, but we have it within ourselves. And we resent the person. So we kind of just not have that relationship there with mommy no more because they didn't tell me truth so that happened to me. So even though I'm not tell you, I have it inside. Yes. Now, when we're solving a conflict, we have to first define the problem. You can't solve what you know. You have to find out what the problem is. Don't speculate. Ask the question. Find out what the problem is so that we can explore the problem in order to find a solution that both of us are okay with. So that is how we actually get through solving a conflict. We're going to go deeper in there. Don't worry. Now, types of conflict. These are the 4 major types of conflict. Knowing how the world I run, I can assure you there might be a lot more. But these are the 4 that we tend to focus on. The interpersonal conflict, the intrapersonal conflict, the intergroup conflict, and the intragroup conflict. Inter, 2 or more, intra, within. So interpersonal, 2 or more persons having that conflict. And we're all aware of that, not true? No, intergroup, 2 or more groups having a conflict. We're still all aware about that. Just like the Labour Party business, PNP, JLP, 2 family. Maybe they must say, my great they want to for great grandparents. He tell me say, your great one is only for great the movie fence line. I want to chat to them because they walk over here and a whole bunch of things. And if you head a hot and somebody look over your yard and they start over there, they walk make your head a hot. And the 2 generations, them, the 2 family, them come down through generations, they are having conflict. And nobody ever starts to say, let me just go find out. If you land it, we just pass it down to generations because if you pick the bar, you tell him to you to the yard there. Nobody takes you over there. One over them, they over you kill you. And we tell them a whole bunch of things. So the 2 families just have each other. Lord, this man never did in one of them, a problem. A problem is somebody dead because the other family who get this somebody killing. You understand me? Say worse if it is somewhat mysterious, so a person probably arrive somewhere and just pick off and rough in it. You hear say nothing in the road, so you need to go look.
See me tell you.
All right. And then generational conflict right through. Yes, man. With the interpersonal, sometimes like she say, yeah, your spouse in the house. I make you say love can't too much on the side. And now election time and when we see majority orange and majority green or whichever way you go. You know, it's a problem there. So all I shop on the window, they might everywhere lock up. You understand? I mean, you can't come in at the bedroom neither because members say this is a kind of party quarters this year. You understand? And I will conflict in the house until politics done and we start chum up and nice up back to one another because I don't know. It happens. It might sound away, but it happens. Wrong, and it is going to escalate at that time. That is the time it escalates because we're going to say a full party thief. You have the conflict in there because you see the color, you say what you. Conflict are going the same way. It's just a trouble escalate now because we're going to say, see, all of a sudden, your party reach just like thief on a thief, you know, and ballot move and it just escalates so the conflict are going long time, man. And then we have the intra group. You understand? And you know we name the people of also no long time. So that is conflict within the same group, even in your household. Sometimes you have conflict within the home. One parent has said this to the child, and the parent has said that to the child, and some of them they over here, and some of them they over here, so we have the conflict in the same little family. So we can relate. It's just fancy names, but it's everyday conflict. Them just put fancy names to it. Now for me, the intrapersonal conflict is most deadly. This is my opinion. Not tested and proven, just my opinion over the years through experience. I believe that intra-group conflict is most deadly. Why? You don't know, you can't see what I'm thinking, you don't know what is happening, but I can be planning to hurt you and I'm smiling. This is something that I just need to be talking to myself in my head. So, you know, sometimes I ever pass people and say, good morning, Miss Mary. And you say, morning, Mama. She can't take my yeah. I have a smile for your face in there. You can't put me like that. Yes. Yes. So I'm saying, you can do me some, we're not out, we are with folks, our children, we have a conflict. And then you might say, everything all right, man, you done. But you know you have to say no. Every time you see people, you say, watching down over people, you are going to say, and talk that. Every time you see people, you say, watch him. You don't know me come about them kind of piano. It's like a foreign against happening. And nobody knows. And if somebody say, oh, me nice, me love me, pick the bad and you have to get ready to go over Mary. You understand? So it's like it is deadly, and that is why sometimes you hear spouse and all of these things happening. I hear say they never see it coming because you see them and them hold hand, them nice, them look alright. The other one, intrapersonal conflict. The conflict is happening within the individual. Nobody knows it is happening, what is going on. And you think say alright, and with Lego the fact that it's going to stop. And we alright now, and in my plan I said only one year from never. You say me just a wait till the people come out that house Thursday night.
So this is a lesson for all of us.
Yeah.
Because it's something that is happening over and over. Whenever you post something, always keep on
You have to say hello, you have to say keep it for them open to think up on the side of the Latin guy. You have to just keep it for them open. And find out you know that the person is unforgiving. Yeah, not even that
no, sometimes you don't know that the case.
Sometimes you don't know. Yes, but guess why we don't know sometimes? We don't probe. We just say, baby, forgive me, and you say, yes, man. And we're gone. We're gone. We're not going to say, all right, so, oh, you're really cute. Come in and think you can get over that. Yeah. Come in and say, you're all right now. Maybe you know why some of them are very good. But sometimes if we remember now, especially for males, them the talky like this. Yeah. Them have a lot of intrapersonal conflict. Can I make it from?
They're more introverted.
Yes, they have a lot of intrapersonal conflict. I will even think going at them head and then you tell me what you want to go on.
I saw my husband do me a thing and he asked me, okay.
Stranger danger.
But inside, the one chopping me like fear. I'm just like, all right. And I go and hold him, and fight it. Come back and he hit me. Not physically, but he do something physical. And everything just start reload.
Yeah.
Block.
Yes, man. So sometimes you have to probe. You have to really probe because sometimes person just don't want the argument. They don't want the conflict to go no further. So them just say everything alright. Just make it stay. But if you probe, you realize that the person really is not okay. Them just are trying to just make it something worse like this. But I make it argument stress go no further like Jamaicans that. Not just what's in no more, make it tiny so. Just let it away. But they are really not okay. So only for intrapersonal conflict start going. And the slightest thing you do, you realize that the person gets angry. They might not say nothing, but the action. Because remember, communication is not just verbal, it's non-verbal too. So the other things where they would have do, you realize that they're not really doing it again. So now they can't do it now, but I'm not up man. And he gone in a film side, and you're not coming in. Yeah. So sometimes you have to pick up on some little things to know that no man
You get the sentiments that they used to hear, you know, to say, you're not hearing it again. You're no longer baby or there. You just hear.
Start the name. It's Brown. I made that man when the next woman. They call out the whole of your name. Yes, man. Anytime me vex them know, I mean me tone not change. You have to watch the words. They call out your full name and I be a yes, sir. How can I help you now, sir? Yes, man. So you're not gonna hear me a shout much and then there's something, but the words I use, if you don't pay attention to that, you're not gonna say upset. I mean, I believe in I shouting and you know that doesn't stress me. I mean, if you say me if you're upset, that stress myself. You understand? You know, I don't want to get me young. So these are just some of the types of conflict that we have with ourselves and with people. Now, no matter what kind of conflict we have, there are three elements that are always present. How did I say we resolve a conflict again? Who did I listen? What we first have to do?
Define it.
Define it, and then we
explore the problem.
Explore, and then we
arrive at the solution.
All right. Now, with these elements, the issue is the thing that happened, the thing that caused the conflict. The relationship is the connection we have with the individual. And the emotion is how I am feeling at the time of the conflict. Now, most times we flip this upside down and the emotion first jump out. I know we're very emotional. Especially females, I'm speaking for females, we're very emotional. Yes. I would put out something and come out there and say, boy, babe, that don't look good. I said, you couldn't take time to tell me? See, anytime I tell you the truth, tell me. We're very emotional. So most times when something happens, the first thing we do is how we feel and we react on impulse based on our emotions. And this is why we have a lot of conflicts because people tend to react based on how they feel. Now I had two students once. One stopped the other because of a plastic fork. And people would say, stop people for plastic fork, simple plastic fork, but let's explore it. So this brother they're friends, you know, they're friends. So they're coming from the canteen. He has his fork, the other friend forgot to pick up a fork, and the friend is saying, you know, I'm a virgin and things, so he grabbed his fork and he started to eat and he said, brother, you can use my fork, you don't give a no, man, I can't do that. Go get your phone fork and look at the fork and go and over and I keep it down and say, yeah, listen. Because you know how we speak. A man know how to go for everything and trust me. And tell you go get it back. And you have an argument. So it's not really the part, you know. But it's how it feels. Based on when friend has a team. Because they're not friends for a long time. So you know that certain things is not tolerate. I mean, I tell you to go get it back. And before you tell me to just soon, you can have to say if I want to park me and go over. So it's right there now when the emotion kick in, all the machine is just being insulted, disrespected, all of the negative emotions just come out. So every time him talk now and the guy says something negative, he just get more than one stab. So he forgot about the relationship in 22 much years. He forgot about the issue that it was just a plastic for. All he focused on was the emotion, yeah.
So that justifies action?
No, it don't justify action. I'm saying that is why we react on things cause. Because Lord, look at the fact that this is really what caused the conflict. This is how long I've known the person. All we see is just the disrespect that they're living. And based on just that negative emotion, we react. Just like how you guys come to your child and say, you're not coming and you're right. But if you even know you want them, you don't know how to talk to yourself. But it's not what you said, it's how the child felt that it was said in public and other people are hearing worse than them along. It's not that they really wanted to be disrespected, but based on how they were feeling and the negative emotions, they just reacted. So that is why most times we have conflict and nobody know that things say just at this, just at that. You know you're 10 years, you know you're 5 years, you have been married for so long. We're a family, nobody know about that. Just disrespect that.
Danny, I was on the yesterday and I went to the terminal and I started working with it off. I went and I went to the door and the man left back of it. Who can I stand up? And I'm looking to that front of Mr. Gabby, here. He took one year, so I go after the lady. But then, when you move from that side, it was born. And the sister got that phone and said, who are you with? He said, no, come leave him. I will walk well and still crying. Because I want to see the application and the bus. Sometimes I want to different bus and they come and collect it together. Oh, man, not disrespecting enough. So they know what you have to talk about. How that for that long time. So let's start this stuff and we should talk about because this stuff but I start clear about what well yeah. From let's see how they talk and say. Then why want to for them opinion and say and now this is step to say I'm not going to say you just try to find that lose like that people what is that what people there is a no it's right here like that we did all this to me but I think you were saying this clear. Not all of us take the time to think clearly. Some people are just with it. Words not use that exceeding. Some of them would have to that man, they exit long time because disrespect. Let you over yourself, come over yourself, you come over yourself. Them not no time to think. Them not just look at the disrespect where it's coming that you get like 59 years, 59 years, or 79 years. That's what I'm saying. So the emotion. So you have control. You can control your aggression. Come on, we can control the aggression because the emotion. So you are focused on the issue. Say, I just start in my car. Yeah, look at the bigger picture, consequences. Some of them are not time for that. Emotion kicking long time, man. Why I come from over this, over here, consider this, you know, but in get it in a case long time, man. I will come to my best friend, you know. No consequences, no nothing. So that is really where we are to get to. And I must commend you for that because a lot of the women will. You know, if you will about women, you can tell that. One evening I was coming from work, time I was working at the center, and anytime I have my natural hair, I always look like Pitney. I'm here up in a one and bun. And you know, me little, you know, so me look like probably me just start work or a little work experience or something. And I went in and I sat down. So I'm behind the driver, it's a bus. So you know you're behind the driver. There's somebody to the corner, me and then a gentleman. And the man turned around and I chat to somebody in the bus. I mean, the man listened. So I said to him, sir, can you sit properly, please? And the man looked for me. Some of them man buy them vehicle. And he said, I him, and the man lay down for him because I was supposed to be nice. Somebody there corner me and the man.
I know say somebody else don't have a catch the door. If a man says so I need that one. So me touch him again and Mr. Sir, did you hear me asking you to sit properly? And the man take me on. The man tell me I don't know about me. Me saying talk out some words colorful when me say I fuck me in something in my life. And then all the devil did just say just one somebody there behind it. Just hold and brace the person behind and stop kicking things in lifeless. And then yesterday when I reach over station and they ask me your work for you. I'm ready there, I put on the music, but I Bluetooth, I one ear and the man and I switch over your stuff, and I still hear the man and I did it. And I said, sir, more than 20 minutes now you are talking. If you talking and this is what you want to do. Let me tell you, you know. The man said, lady, why you want to come trace me? What do you know, baby? Maybe everybody in the bus can come now because me say more than 20 minutes man chase me, you know. And then me say man tell me some colorful words, you know, how much string make me up and why me make my man wear what's it not skin me out and something, you know, I talk about pretty, you know. And me make the man, you know me years now, me say I couldn't take it no more to sir. See him so this is sir. You are talking more than 20 minutes now. It's tired, it's stopping there and do anything you want to do. And the man say, lady, why you want to trace me? When you want to take me on lady, and the man cost me more than 20 minutes. He want me account number, me Facebook account name, he want me number, he might tell me how me look good, and I say, fight me now, what is that what I say? You understand? Me I said, just imagine if you never follow the little man that talking and me get now. So sometimes it's really good when you really take the time out and just take a step back. I'm telling you, because you have a lot of people out there, you know, they want them. So now we know better true, and they might walk and look smart like it. So why me must put you out of your misery and then mean that trouble? We have to remember then little something there. Enough time people start to carry on, those are the things I remember. Some people them no really have nothing to look for, them and walk and look somebody to kill them.
You know what TV my children.
So sometimes they know enough.
No, and that work for me. Sometimes in a situation or sometimes those people just think on something that doesn't do them and remember things. Go take care of it.
But so some of them can't take care of the one them.
Your family left to you get whatever.
When we look at me saying, I'm old, this is when you are 22, this is when you are 21, this is when you are 17, and we are looking at it. I said, no, man, them never take care of that woman. So you have to find something else. So what I always tend to do is say, I will never allow anybody to change who I am. So there are certain values that I hold for myself, and I use that in situations to say, if I act that way, that is not me. So every time I get this, so you will carry on and maybe just ignore you. I love laugh, God. Yeah, man, you will talk about so negative something and me laugh. You know, my head, what they say. Did I focus on what you said? Because we focus on the emotions that we feel. So we start feeling pity for you. That is what I do. And once you start feeling pity for the person, they cannot get you angry. Once you start clear up and one, there's a last week, I wonder what thing. And you say, you didn't know that I would not go and so you like more fun. No, I'm telling you, once you can look at somebody, they have to go on a career and you not pay attention to whatever they do, feel pity for them, they cannot get you angry. People, if you allow the words now yourself to absorb those negative words, then you can get angry. And your aggression is going to take over. But if you pity the individual that is talking, there's no way they can get you angry. Because you feel sorry for them, your remorse.
You can't control what they're doing, but you can control your reaction.
You're always in control of them. So it's not what is said to you, but how you interpret what is said to you. Just like how you have someone who's like, go to my mother and fly up on chair or fly and I like me know me and say, you did have a mother and follow your mother, you not
We were talking about that
so,
this morning.
we have a pity you. Because something must be wrong with you and your mother relationship while you are outside. I would never tell anybody that. To owe me value my mother. When I get to do that,
That's just a lack of respect for
you
your.
understand? So I'm saying when people say certain things to you, what must click is the level of education that person must have to tell us a poor thing. Me not for the no argument with that smart dead no not hard because no when me telling me now go understand that I person. Because once you say certain things, you're way below my level. So when I speak, you will not understand. I mean, I go along to your standard, to your understanding, and not putting myself here. So I start picking you because I'm doing. So once I put myself in that frame of mind, there's nothing you can say to upset me. I don't see what somebody can say to upset me right now. To say, would I really get out? Maybe if me see I do me pity them something, I really control that side and me get. When it comes to pity them, maybe only that they can use to draw me out.
Always have two reasons we are working about stuff.
Yeah. So maybe only that you could actually do to really say, you know, take me out of my comfort zone and see me get furious and enraged and not saying and start to one vision or something. But other than that, from me see a start to something, I said, no man, so when I literally go thing, man, me a yagas, me start therapy a long time. Now, we all have different generalizations about conflict, but however, it is a dispute, it's the same thing as conflict. Conflict is inevitable. And I like you can say to yourself, sorry, you want to go on. Here time month, me not conflict with nobody. No conflict just not come. Conflict and over there, so you see over there. And that's how it works. Once you're socializing with people, you're going to have conflict. But it's how you choose to resolve it that determines the outcome of the conflict. Because you're not in control of what I will say, but you're in control of what you will say and what you will do. And anytime we can acknowledge that, we can minimize conflict. So people can tell you anything. It's how you choose to interpret it. My auntie tells me that I come out to nothing good. I didn't believe her. Because she grew me, so you say, somebody we are growing, you're not going to tell a lie. You understand? So you actually did believe you know come out to nothing good. And sometimes when I look at my achievements, I'm not done yet. I like yes, man. And when you see where you actually want to reach, you say, yeah, man. Go and push it just the right on the corner there. So it's not what people say to you. Because if I had dwelled on what she said to me, I would not be where I am right now. I would not be here talking to you, encouraging you, motivating you. So I'm going to just curl up now and the corner and just that to me because she said nothing now come out. You understand? But I did not see that. It's not where you go or where you come from, it's where you want to go. So you have to see yourself that way there. So when the conflict comes up, which is it is going to come, that is what we want to understand. Not conflict that they are well found. But it's how you choose to interpret what is said to you and how you choose to handle your response. That will determine how the conflict ends. So you can end up with the person feeling ashamed of what they have said to you based on how you respond to them, and you can end up with somebody after them. It's how you choose to respond, and sometimes you don't even need to respond. And all the while somebody says something to you at the same time. Yeah, man. Sometimes you have to wait till you calm down because you know if you open your mouth, you're not going to do. So you know how to open it. Because we're human beings, we have people true. We know all of them are something and we can turn off the PowerPoint and teach you from editing to every time something like me just kick in. No one will say a word. I still have to talk to myself. Me in a session, I didn't pick you. I have to go to the over talk to myself and remind myself why I'm in that session. Because to go and pick me and go and feel like that dry mouth I chair and that's step for me. But in a session, you ask me, what do you enjoy? Why, miss? I love and steak.
I had one to people like that.
And what they want to let that one there.
wasn't easy.
But love go look for my boyfriend, miss. None else to make me happy so. I mean, I said to myself, so nobody never wants you because she come in a myself. So I'm telling you, we face a lot of things out there, not because we have the knowledge and everything. Me say, when the challenge then come, we are human to say emotion then kick in, you have to put yourself outside sometimes. Remember what you're there, remember what you do, remember whatever.
Sometimes we're here.
Yes. Sometimes fitness are working here the farm back together.
As a parent, I just want child like that.
All for your child. Sometimes your own children will say things to you. When make you want to box them down. Then they never tell them, my son tell me go pick up your wrong one.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes they will say things. What we are going to do? You can't see them come pick up the wrong one to show. No, me they know, but married to the wrong man, and all that, me I divorce the wrong man. Then you know wrong, and I'm choosing man. Exactly. No, we know, I know. We know. But guess what? Things were there, but we overlooked them.
Yeah.
It's what some call love when they say love is blind, it's blind to you. You overlook everything here, you're shocked, you feel to better. That's not nothing, man. That's a good change. And change, no. You get worse. Time you come to the mother side. Mr. Friend, the day you married and the man got church Sunday and I'm back next Sunday. That's a clear sign. Clear sign. And we'll eat more because it's the day where we overlook. So, in around. He might need to say it that way, which we did establish, but in around. He was just maybe a long time posting a really good interpersonal conflict, you know.
Yeah.
And then he just said, "Don't I lose man, I like to have a conversation." He just said, so maybe a long time he's riding fully from mine and he did it frustrated. And he just said, so what me I go do?
Even as mothers, they have to understand boys. They watch them mother different. They watch them. What a girl will not see, a boy will see. So you just sit on one away one day and you just realize it, and you go see it.
Yes, man. Them watch you like hard. Yeah, man. All right, so this is your activity now. I want you to create your own conflict tree and do not copy from my tree. So that is my conflict tree, even though it's not completed. But what I want from your conflict tree, things that stays on your tree are the positive outcome that you can get from a conflict. So when you handle the conflict the right way, you have a positive outcome. So that stays on your tree. So that can be a fruit, a leaf, a flower, whatever it is, but that stays on the tree. So positive things stays on the tree. Now your negative outcome of conflict are the things you're going to allow to fall off the tree. So it might be a rotten apple, a dry leaf, any little twig, anything, but the negative must be falling off the tree. They want it falling in mid-ear, or you want to then drop underneath the tree, whichever. So all of the negative outcome where you can think about when people don't handle the conflict the right way, all of them are bad something happen. You make it fall off by a tree. But when it's handled properly and you get the positive outcome, you let that stay on the tree. The root of the tree is what causes the conflict in the first place. Something them will cause conflict, like lack of communication, misinterpretation, those kind of things. So that's what be your root. You don't have to have more than 3 of each. So you have to have 3 positive, something that stays on the tree, 3 negative, something that falls off the tree, and 3 root, which is the cause of conflict. Everybody understand? The root is what caused the conflict. What stays on the tree is the positive thing that comes out of the conflict. What falls off the tree is the negative things that comes out of the conflict. Then also when you handle the conflict the right way, you get a positive outcome. So that stays on the tree. When you don't handle the conflict the right way and the emotion will happen impulse, negative things happen, those fall off the tree. The root of the tree and it's some of the things that will cause conflict. You don't need to have more than 3 of each. It's up to you if you want to have more, but 3 of each. Are we finished? We're not finished? Is that a yes or a no? How many for yes? Nobody not finished? No one be. Alright, let's discuss then. Why are we afraid of the positive? Alright. So we have a conflict. Big argument happening now with the side there. Are we listening? Big argument happening now. And we decided, alright, we're not going to fight and bring those here, we're going to still not talk. No, we're now seated in a circle. Everybody at the same level, so nobody's not above anybody. You know that's why we're going in a circle, right? Yes. So even though I might be the facilitator, I'm within a circle. So my chair is not above yours or up higher or anything. Everybody's on the same level. So we're going in a circle, so we're having a conversation. Now, what can come out of that conversation? Solution. You know, somebody say that. Better understanding. What else? Yes. Clear communication. What else? Better friendship. Friendship. Closer relation. Close. Then you positive them then. You understand? I know positive them then. That way you understand, so I just start now as a complete communication. Yes, man. So those are the positives. When we handle the conflict the right way. And that conflict is not always negative. No, man, it's how we choose. Remember, I said, it's how we choose. Yes, man, like we love them, we say you must breathe. We say you're glass full and you have nothing but you, you're not breathing around. I'm not really but no, some of us, that's how we say. We say, you have to breathe. We say, you're not breathing around. Yes, because they're thinking to themselves, if you hear that word there, you don't tell them nothing good, so you have to change that and be active. But somebody go to them and say, so like somebody rightfully said, this generation, we have to be very careful. How? And it also means that you realize just now you were not communication. Because when you explain it the first time, the person did understand it. So when you create, when you created a scenario now, you made a different scenario. But when you also just know me say, you understand that. What you want me to do? Go past that stage a long time. Right? So that's what I mean when I say positives. People don't know that positives come out of conflict. Yes, you see so many negatives, but positives can come out. Because you have conflict every day, but you don't mean say you're the person stop talk. You know mean say you kill the person or the person kill you. It happens, you know. But it don't mean that every time a conflict arises, what happens? Some people sit down and talk it over and then resolve it. Some of them just decide to, all right, that's a pure religion and it's up to me. So you go to your church and we go to me. And every conflict I have a solution. Please get that in mind. And not every conflict you can solve. But some people, they are big enough to say, if that is what you want to do, it's like I say, it's not affecting you negatively, it's not affecting the children negatively. Sometimes you have to give the person a leeway. All right. So that gets me to think a little bit. No. All right, move it down. There's no soul, so nobody has to be know it. Who can't Just a little music in the background. I don't know why this is not sharing the little music. I like it them growl and so you don't hear it, but we don't know how I'm going for this.
Because my money in this session,
You're new. Sorry.
That's separation.
It's giving the bubbles. And them up.
what's your number?
Them the two with them outside, you know. Then the butter is back. They're supposed to learn that. One day is learn. Yes, decide to do better than that. So it's very good.
So we see that we want to watch it again.
No, we're just
We good? All right.
The last one, critical thinking was in place.
Yes. So talk to me now. So we have 5 conflict styles. And we're going through them one, and I want you to identify them in the video. So the shark, that's when you have a personality of the shark, you're very aggressive. So it's my way or the highway. So I have to win. I have to come out on top. It doesn't really matter where you want to right now. It's what I say that goes. Did we see that in the video? Who?
two bears.
2 big one, the bear and the moose. Anybody else? There were just those 2 that were aggressive. Nobody know what move. So what happened to the rabbit? We never see how the rabbit can go on and we bump up in there. You can see me as well. So we nickel everybody always overlooking me now. Notice the raccoon. Was like, hi, I want to pass. The rabbit was like, see me, you bump up in me. I want to pass some place, so I block the way. You really did that. I noticed when the moose looked at him, like, after I start carrying now, you realize that facial expression changed. Like, no man, look at you and look at me, and you have a one. So, yes. Yes. So the rabbit was really aggressive, but because in time, people tend to overlook him. So when you pass the 2 characters, one was hi, can I pass, and one was yeah, I'm popping on me, yes. But really, everybody overlook him. Now, each style, though they say the shark is aggressive, it's how you use each style. You have to know when and how to use it. Because you can be a positive shark. If you direct all of that aggression into your work, into your studies, into progressive things, who tell us that you can't achieve it? Nobody. I did a test, and it popped up to me a shark. I messed with the test. I'm going to go back and read back the questions, but I would have answered it the same exact way. Have you said something more strong with this? I said, nice, me a shark. So I start look now. I'm saying, oh, shark, I'm positive too. Because if I tell you that I'm going to do something, I am going to do it. There's nothing I start out doing that I don't achieve. I must be no one. So if you find that you are aggressive in a conflict, that's not good for the conflict. But if you take that negative energy and direct it into finding a solution, you'll find a solution that both parties are okay. So don't direct it to the person, direct it to the issue. I always say the issue is again. I didn't remember the issue. The issue is there. I will not take no notes.
The things that
Think that
cause
was
the
the
conflict.
conflict.
I will say. Yes, you know, sit down, have fun. Did you say?
Yeah.
The things that cause the conflict.
Yes, you have to take notes. You have to take notes. Never, no matter how old you are, once you sit in a session, you take notes. Jot down little things. Because sometime in the future, sometimes you end up in some kind of courses and something, and you get back something. And you say, me ain't do this already right, so you run go back to your book. You know much time I have the course and I can't run go back to my book and I going on some little session or something. Yes, I'm a jot down some little something and I say, no man, I need that one drug abuse training one time and then I talk about drugs and something and I run go back to that. Always take notes. Alright, the sheep. Accommodating. So whatever you say is fine. They just go along. You know, sheep, when you're not the stick and lead them, they just gone. They don't have the mind to themselves. Did anybody just go along with what was happening? The raccoon? Yeah.
And that can be both in one.
Yes. So in a conflict, that is not really a strong stance to have. Because people like them will just say, all right, just no matter what the argument. Just because that's what we do, we just have to do. So it's like you don't really get what you want at any time. You just go along because you think that you're not strong enough to really state your point and stand your ground and defend yourself. So you tend to feel powerless. So while it is good because you have relationships, I mean, who do want to see your friend if you can't tell like say you think that you must have no use? Yeah, of course you're going to have no friends. So you'll have a lot of friends you think a whole lot about the other person's emotions as opposed to yours. So you care more about other people than yourself, but you want to put it away. So it's not really good to be too accommodating. But like I said, every style has its benefits. It's just you have to know when to apply. Because sometimes you really have to accommodate others.
Just play the
So
fool,
just-
and sometimes you need to just play the fool.
For playing the fool, I mean, say me accommodating, it just means that we going a long time or something.
Exactly. But for it's a means to just time end. So in a situation like this, you know, the best way or the best way to deal with it is to just accommodate it.
But am I really being accommodating or am I trying to find out?
Well, to some extent, I am trying to be accommodating in order to.
Exactly, there's an alternative move.
Well, yeah, there's an alternative motive.
So I'm saying, when you're just accommodating, you're just that individual, you just take things, basically. You just go along with whatever.
Because it might make it easier.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you can accommodate, but it should not be your most dominant style.
Okay.
Right. I say all the styles are good enough, but it's just you have to be careful and know when to apply each. But if this is your most dominant style, it means that you do that all the time. So you cannot just be accommodating. You want to use. You're not gonna get nothing what you want. Your needs will never be met. If you continue just go along. You have to, at some point you have to stand up for yourself to say no. I do it for you because you like it, but come on now. What about what I want? And some you can't just accommodate. And how much room you want to have some? The shark shouldn't be at the top there. The ostrich, avoidance. Leave me alone, it's not my fault. So you just run down. Will you see anybody that just don't want to be a part of this that is happening, then just run leave it and cover for them and come from? You see anybody like that? Yes. Who run leave it?
No, nobody like that never did it.
Nobody like that never in the video. Nobody never run leave nothing.
Everybody wanted something.
Exactly.
You can go back to the lamp on the please.
Then we have the fox, compromise. Have I got a deal for you? No. This was my second most dominant style. No, not most dominant. This was my second style. Collaboration was beside aggression. So the fox was my second most dominant style. No, I do compromise, but not a lot. Because in compromising, most times we don't focus on a solution that benefits both parties. We just do something temporary that will just get the person to just stop talking about the thing. So sometimes we offer them things that they like. We know them now, but say no face, and we just offer it to them. And then hold on to it, so we know so them now, but say no. So we just give them just their satellite. And we do it a lot to our children. Sometimes we promise to take them places, promise to do things, and when we not fulfill it, we just give them something what we know so them are gonna like. And it's like, what because they want it, them are gonna step here and them nobody remember say, or even if they remember, them just won't bring it up again, say anybody bring them go somewhere because they gave them something that they like. So compromise is good sometimes because sometimes you have to meet people halfway, or sometimes you have to give somebody something to cheer them up, but it should not be your most dominant style. It should not be something that you do all the while. You have to learn to resolve conflict. You can't just give people something to hold on fun sometimes because you don't want the nice or you want them to stop. You have to learn to stand up and face it, especially if you are the one who did the thing. You have to face it, apologize for it, and face the consequences. So we can't just compromise all the time. Now the out. So my most dominant style were the shark and the owl. And then the fox was my second most dominant style. I'm going to see if I can get one of those tests. I don't know where I put them, but I'm going to look. Now the owl, collaborative. Let's work it all together. This is the style that we must always try to be most dominant at. Because you always want to find a solution. Whether with your partner, your friends, other relatives, your children, you must always try to find a solution that both of you are okay with. And both parties must agree. Now, you focus on solving the problem. You don't blame the person, you don't accuse them. Rather, you listen and acknowledge the other person's feelings and needs. So this is a win-win situation. It's not a me win, you lose, or you win, me lose. It's who we are right with this because we are going to work to find that. No, nobody says being an all is easy. I can tell you from experience, it's time consuming. So you have to know when to put things off. You have to know when to find out from people, can this wait? Because when people know that you will listen to them and you will help them to solve a problem, they're always going to be coming to you. And if you constantly keep taking on, you won't have time to do your things that you need to do. So you will have your problems and things that you need to get done. Last minute you'll be doing them because you're always focused on helping the other person. So while it is good, you have to prioritize. When people bring things to you, find out from them, is this urgent? Can it wait? But can we tomorrow, we can do it next week? I'm kind of have some things I'm have to get done now. Because sometimes it can wait. So while being always good, you have to have good time management. And you have to know when to rest up. Go and make Mary help you with that because right now, you don't have the time to help you. While I can help you, I would love to help you. Unfortunately, me I help Sam and Brown. You have to learn that. So it's good, but you have to be careful what you do. Now, of the styles that you hear about, which best describes you? How do you normally approach conflict? Your first response is usually what? Avoiding it, accommodating it, competing, compromising, collaborating. Which one normally you jump at it first? This is my most dominant style. All depends on the situation.
All depends, yeah.
Yes. I'm not going to be and give you that, I swear. Because it really all depends on the situation. I remember me telling you already, you know. All styles can be used. And you have to know when and how to apply. But always try to find a solution that works the 2 hours, the 3 hours, the 2 group, however it is. Always try to find a solution that everybody is okay with. Any questions so far? Everybody good so far? All right. So there are certain processes that they use to resolve conflict, and we're going to be talking about those three. So there's mediation, there's arbitration and adjudication, and there's negotiation. Don't mind me speaking fluently. This is right down my alley. That's why I don't really pay much attention. I don't have to look like the other PowerPoints. Yes. All right. So negotiation. We are negotiating. That's true. Yeah. We are gonna market. Man. Yes, man. I want to say to me, I thought we have a lot that's pretty, but we hear you, man. I say, oh, that's program. This is one of the what I want to say. Are we going to be $100? We have the $20 somewhere else now, and we make sure to grow some money. Sometimes we have the $20. I need to make it ever last. I said, how much $100 make up? I said, I want you to be and I said, I don't know where I need to go. And I don't know, I don't know. The time we said, yeah, we need to try and I said, I was no one to without work. The majority if I attend the assembly in $150 in a year. Of course, you type me down here to get where you want. Yes, man, and sometimes some people end up saying, I am not there. I put yes, I will. I will get it together when you want to. No, as a farmer, I can tell you eagles don't lose. Never. They don't lose. Yeah, man, a street president. Let me tell you something. Let me give you a joke. I went downtown one time. I had a spouse in Kingston at the time. And I went downtown. And I saw the lady with her car. I said, that look nice, me. They asked her, but you know, say not our money I buy it, so. Never buy it. Ever broke? Ever broke. So I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna tell you how much fees and you say, alright, so go buy it. We go back to the lady, and then just come from work. Then him nice to dress and thing, and then name tag around and so drop down and something. And I say, miss, how much for that blouse? That's more than the ear price. I like to put money tell me $1,000 influence that people. And I said, lady, look, some say $1,000 people. And she said, no, I'm putting this minute till I say $1,000. I look, she look for the money. Yes, yes. And the man price, she give me no money. I just pass it, man, I take up all the blouse and look for the after. I say, how much is this? I will talk about, you know. And we're for the difference. Exactly. So then I have one price, and how you look them price. They look for you and then them price. When they look for the money, I say, no, thanks, the money is $1,000. And $1,000 man is that. But me never buy it. Me not buy that. No, me not buy it. So that's another one. Man not buy no. So that is negotiation. No. They only want to tell me how you negotiate with your children. Yeah, man. Tell to me how you negotiate with your children and how your children negotiate with you, whichever one is right. Now, remember now, uproar when negotiate with the market, you know, that's about to do them now. Uproar can negotiate with the market, so how we negotiate with the house? What hello, let's listen. Yes, go ahead. You want to talk about that? Anybody else? How we negotiate with our children or how our children negotiate with us? We work with a time frame. Yes, we negotiate a time frame. We have what I'm allowing. Alright, you give me what I want. We are going to compromise the negotiation. Alright, that's how it works for me too. Yes. Say here some of you great. I think them know me love people stress my hair. So they use them to talk to family when they want to. How much money they're going to give for, how much beer they're going to give for. Yes. If them do that, it means they must go get a kind of grade there, that kind of grade there, and they get grade piece all of them. So that is how they negotiate. So then they tell them that you don't have to go to the family back there. Long time. They just run it for it. That's negotiation now. Right, but I'm in the home. So negotiation now involve money and me buying something and then no. We negotiation at the home too. No. Scenario. We're neighbors. But I mean first look on the land, doesn't it? And never want to land, we will not really give up. And the one that you remember around the neighbor, so we decided to say, I will drop our mango tree at the fence line. I'm going to be planting, but so under the mango tree, go big and nice and it clear. And then you nice see me call inside of me next. I will live good, you cook and you one in there with your mango and chat people, you know the work and like this night. Mango top here now. He starts showing a problem. My mango tree. I love you. Put mango tree when you have a here. Alright, so you know say right there, so that's a handful. So I started angry now, you know, every time I think back when I eat all the mango, I say teach that side on your throat and you know all of them something they are quiet and we head down, you understand? So we are going to go to arbitration or adjudication. That's the first thing, understand? Now, in that first system, there's a third party. That third party will listen to what I have to say and they will listen to what the neighbor has to say. They know me at the top of the night on the street where I first treat the class and the works and the works and the works and the whatever. The other, the neighbor know I say, well, the mango tree nice enough, but we can't take it, leave them and whatever. Maybe that person that is listening, I say, well, I didn't hear a problem with the mango tree. Can we get me that mango tree problem at all? That's all. So we just said, I don't know when the court says something. and then send it to my board. And then the next time to cut down the mango tree. So you know, so when you come that they put food, then me hate just until. Because me one little mango tree, but me have to cut it down. Because one people do say cut it down, cut it down. Me not gonna make them charge you, me no follow rules and you understand? Yeah, when the court give you an order, you have to do it. They can lock your feet now. So you know, tell me if you have somebody I broke out here, yeah, me and tell them to walk over here. Me not hard nobody, me not make no alarm. If I is not fighting for your dog and push them out the rock, then everybody they over the summer. Remember, you know, when you put interpersonal conflict going on, you can time about speak up, you know. All right. So that is adjudication or arbitration. No, mediation. Let's say that same scenario to mediation. Now, in mediation, while there's a third party there, that third party is neutral. Let's say third party is what is neutral. There's a third party. But in mediation, the third party is neutral. That person is called a mediator. So a mediator facilitates negotiation. Remember, so we negotiate. And we negotiate as well from an agreement. The mediator facilitates a negotiation that takes place in mediation. So that means that me and my neighbor know we're not chatting up. I will go in a mediation, right? And we are going there now, and the mediator will allow us to talk. So me I will pour my heart out in a mediation. The neighbor will work your heart out in a mediation, and then we're going to gain understanding. So me and me going there realize that the neighbor like him and go shit. The neighbor know what him and go shit. I didn't leave for the problem and the man go shit. But only mediation allows that. Because mediation, the mediator will probe. The mediator will find out what was the relationship like before the legal started showing and causing the conflict. What's the thing that be a solution? And the mediator now will get solution. You have to find a solution, and then the mediator will ask the party, what you think about that solution? They will work with it. So you know we have a jump and so we chop off the part of hang over to them yard. That's instantly for bother you. Make forget me that. I never many about us and no me no want to. You like it on so I never said you think you like it on so right here, clarity, understanding. I mean but I get me never again. Because I know that she not dislike me mango tree and she not dislike me. It's just the lead. So what you think we could have come out of mediation with now as a solution? Security from here say exactly when you are ready and something you like but it's not making the individual as a problem. Remember saying one person so that is the difference between mediation and the point. So mediation is going to talk for ideas. They can go in a mediation best, not half. One kilo no one down come out laughing and smiling because they get understanding. The mediator probe, the mediator now go stop and say, no man, they are talking to them. And you want man talking, what make you feel sorry and stuff? No, they make you talk. When you finish talk, them paraphrase, meaning say instead of what you say now one short of they give you everything. And that also gives the other party time to understand. If they miss something, when the mediator paraphrase, they understand what they just say.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm a son principal. The students attend. Send her away one day, and was attending the meeting. And I attended the meeting. And send me call me the office, and I go by the office. And I go by the office, and I start talking. And this car was standing there. The star raising the eyes and the body was standing there. It's from putting 200 behind me. Now we turn to the way, pouring out. I said, sir, please and thank you. Never try it again. You send Carlos. I want to talk to you. Respect and manners. Then you can talk. And never quarrel and never respect. If you do it another time, where they were building when you my mouth is start. You maybe have $2 over me. You don't have nothing. You understand? But you're a person. And when I finish talking to principal, even when the man that I'm in bed with, and I call him, he signs something for me. He went to and after I went, I asked the guy, how and the remarks start by when the man is looking at that's going to be my sick and he said, they replied to his wife, they don't know the interest, the love, and the respect that these people show. You understand? Yeah. So even when you speak to these people, and they appreciate it, yeah. And he's still pushing them here. Tell your son that I said, do not give up. Push for your goal. Push for your goal. And not give up. And I appreciate it.
Of course. A lot of times, and I can give you a lot of scenarios in schools. The school-based professional, they find some of them employees and a carry on, and trust me. Like I said, don't ever let anybody change who you are. And you must always walk away from it about yourself. So going on your school, and when you're done, you have to shame and you have to go back. Because what we do, it bleeds over to our children. Never forget that. What we do bleeds over to our children. So we're not going to go carry on. But I feel like that you want to go to school and eat that. Scenario. Two neighbors disagree with each other about the fence that exists between their respective properties. One neighbor wants to replace the fence with a new one, as he believes that the old one is not in good condition anymore. He expects his neighbor to pay half the cost for the new one. The neighbor agrees that the fence is not in good condition, but he doesn't want to spend money on a new one. He thinks that the existing fence, although it doesn't look good, at least manages to keep the neighbor's dog out of his garden. Moreover, he doesn't like his neighbor who's always showing off new, more expensive things. What did you apply there? Mediation, not true.
Yeah.
And you try to negotiate collaboratively or aggressively. Which one?
Collaboratively.
Sometimes in life, conflicts are going to arise and it don't seem like you can come out right. No, not at all. I am having that experience. You having that experience now? But what do you do? Take a step back. Take a step back. Take yourself. Remember when we do self-concept activity, I want to self some activity. I'm telling them they couldn't self outside. Remember the activity. I said to you, don't put yourself in the activity. Do the activity, you have to look at yourself and say, no, all right. So in that case, take yourself out of it.
I took myself out of it.
Yes.
My husband.
So just tell yourself, say, what if this had happened to somebody? You are the mediator now. How you that help them to resolve? You see, when you in it, I will leave an emotion, conflict, look here, man. We'll leave a something. When I think straight and out. When you're in a something, you're not thinking straight. But when you take yourself outside and this that happened to somebody, when me would advise them, you find the solution. You have to take yourself outside. Just take yourself out of it, and sometimes you can't even know, sometimes we need the help a little. Yeah, man. You have to know when to seek outside assistance. That's another thing of being mature. So you kind of just know, say if you approach the person, and it's gonna escalate and things are gonna go on, so you get a third
If they're doing certain actions where you know it's
yes.
affecting you negatively, just as a lawyer is the one
Yes, man.
cease and desist, and they don't take it from you.
We have to know when to seek outside assistance. We love one like so we can manage everything too much. You can't manage everything. No, the cost of conflict. Notice it says escalating conflicts become more difficult to manage. You know, just the conflict, you know. It's an escalating conflict. So that means that when we now handle the conflict good and it starts escalating, that is when we can't control it. Right? But once we handle it effectively, it now go escalate.
Yes.
Now, most times people in a conflict, they don't realize that they're lose. Because of Miss Mary and because of Mass Joan, yeah. They could even match up to the words then when I use, I'm going to feel good for me win. I'm just going to pick them so it's not a fish over. I want that thing. But what about the time that I lost? The 2 hours when I have to take to tell Miss Mary how much string my car up and how much smiling pass through and all right.
The emotion.
Can I tell you? And somehow we have one little shopper, one little business place, we lose no money, no kind of time, we also do a customer the class.
And it turns out customers.
All right. What about my health?
Pressure.
Work up my body and I know me have pressure, me know me have a little heart condition and the migraine. What about the life for me I go lose? Or maybe the conflict escalate. What about my safety? I will be done the woman she decided that now I'm going to go.
Leave it.
We can't go here with you, the guy want to the world that we're living in. Opportunities missed. Sometimes somebody that comes to talk to you about a next business idea. So me a person that carry on and defend the territory, they must do that. Yeah, somebody else.
Can't be business with this.
Yeah, man. They don't say them out me also. Did you know? The more you argue with people, it demotivates you. The more confidence you have, you get demotivated. It comes like it doesn't drain a little energy out of your body. It doesn't make you feel like you can't bother. You're so tired. We don't realize the conflict with that too. I would even want to get into the emotional cost. It's every day that you're out and it's a party. You know, you're a very angry, aggressive person. You're always defensive. When you go on the road and somebody says something, you're ready to defend yourself and then they attack you. Are you like you blame the other person? When you have conflict, there's a lot that you lose if you don't handle it properly. When you handle conflict properly, you can sit and talk about it, you don't lose much. Even if you lose the time, at least you gain understanding. You strengthen your relationship. So you're not losing a whole lot, you gain more than you lose. But when we make it escalate, we gain a whole lot of things from over the side. No, we were struggling for the positives of conflict. Time of growth for parties involved. You know, the more you sit down and have conversations with people and negotiate with people, improves you. It improves your communication. It improves your negotiation skills. It improves your people person skills. It's a whole heap of improvement. But because the emotion kick in, we don't have time to do all of them here. And you get to reveal unique ways. Because sometimes they don't listen to the person, that's for them. So this is somebody that did smart. I come in and not putting here smart and the world me I just want to do. The one time you take the time out to sit down and listen to the child. We have a negotiation to really do with the fitness as Jamaicans would have said. I get moments of honesty. Honesty. We gain trust. Sometimes we feel like somebody pretty bad, like I think she was the one who said it, and all the time, even though we know so them bad, you know, and we know so them carry on, and all the time after them fall, you know. So sometimes, you know, children behave a particular way because something is triggered that behavior in school. Sometimes somebody has passed them, they want from you know, and if you just listen to them, you can get to eliminate that. Compromises that will leave all parties involved in a winning situation. Like we said, you meet me halfway, I meet you halfway. Chance to problem solve and create a more productive environment. I often say this, if you involve children in things, they will surprise you. Those are them who will involve them in it. Give them a chance, let them make the mistake, and trust me, they will surprise you. Are we writing? Writing. Can I move on? Can I move? No, there are some do's and don'ts when we're trying to resolve a conflict. Understand that conflict is inevitable, meaning it is all around us and it will always happen. Learn to listen to understand and not just to hear. Define and clarify the issue. Remember I said you focus on the issue, that is when you learn to resolve the conflict. If you don't know what the conflict is about, you have to always define the issue. Send positive messages. Remember, you can't add fuel to fire. Seek collaborative solution. Don't just find one solution which we are right in the can work. Let it be okay for both of us. When you're in your negotiating phase of your conflict, do not interrupt the other person when they're not them side or when they're explaining themselves. Some of it, two of the blood are boil and they go to sit now when you go to your name, so you go with your body. That's going to make the conflict escalate. Give them a chance so that when it's your turn to speak, they will give you the same chance. Don't judge, assume, or criticize the individual for what they're saying. Try to see things from their viewpoint. Do not ignore the issue. Don't let the emotion stop in and you forget that it's just a plate with bread. It's just a cup with bread. And that's how when you have a cup of bubbles in them, because your emotions stop in. Don't become defensive or aggressive and allow emotions to overshadow the issue. Don't do that. Focus on the issue, not the emotion. I want to leave you with two quotes. The gap between understanding and misunderstanding can best be bridged by thought. The gap between understanding and misunderstanding can best be bridged by thought. Sometimes to resolve a conflict, all you need to do is think. Just take a step back and think. That is all we need to do. I'm not sure, I think it was Mahatma Gandhi who said this one. Peace is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to cope with it. So because peace is in my home, it does not mean that there's no conflict in my home. but it's how we choose to handle the conflict that arise in the home that allows us to have peace. So always remember that. It's how you choose to handle the situation that determines the outcome of the conflict. And teamwork is always better. Any questions? No? Everybody good? It's time for me to ask questions. I have knickknacks to give away. In a conflict, if I have the personality of a shark, I am what?
Compromising.
Never change the question, the whole, no, sir. Yes.
Because the shark stand out, you know. That is what it does.
Actually,
Yeah, the shark stand out. Yeah, the shark stand out.
all right. In a conflict, the ostrich does what? Raise my hand.
Avoidance. They remain on their stand.
There are three elements in a conflict. What are they? Three elements in a conflict. What are they? Yango? Three elements in a conflict.
It's with the relationship and the emotion. You can give it to someone else.
All right, thank you so much for your time. As always, it was lovely.